Hey friends, Kevin Goehring here, your Sacramento and Stockton area realtor and lender here with this week's weekly real estate report. Now, before I get to the report, got a question for you. So I'm driving down the road the other day and I hear an ad, and I've heard this ad several times for a particular sewer district. So my question for you viewers, is there anybody out there who has not heard of this particular product? Anybody out there who's not using a sewer district? If not, let me highly recommend this. It's a wonderful way to get rid of the waste in your house. So I guess question one, why are they really advertising for something like this? And two, anybody out there have a choice in who you use for sewer? I mean, it must have been a government grant somewhere and somebody had to spend some money. So there you go. If you haven't heard of sewer, highly recommend it, 5 stars. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get to the weekly report and take a look at the chart and see what's going on. Wow, would you look at that? I've waited a long time for this. Talked about it last week. The green line, the available homes, has almost reached the level of pending sales. That is fantastic news for buyers. Good news for a return of a normal market, if that's what we're looking at. But pending sales, isn't that interesting how it has been declining? We're kind of shifting towards a buyer's market, dare I say. Might be a little bit too soon for that. But it definitely, we're going to leave this inversion that we've had for so many years now, 2 years, and we might go back to a normal market. So what is that doing to home prices? Well, if we look up here, let's talk about the median list price has been very stagnant for quite some time. Had a little dip last week, came back up to normal for this week. But I think that between what we just looked at down here, the fact that we're kind of leaving this inversion and going back to a normal market where we have more inventory than we do pending sales, and the fact that the home prices, list prices is relatively stable, I think we could see that start to fall off. Now, if we look down here a little bit, we're going to see the median sales price. That was contracts that were written about 30 days ago. We're still seeing a bit of a climb. So it's going to be interesting on that. Again, what I think is happening is a lot of buyers are definitely rushing out. I say rushing out. They've been trying to rush out there for quite some time. But I believe a lot of buyers are in a little bit of a panic mode to get into a home before rates get that much higher because their payments going higher. But as payments get higher, sellers are going to be forced to drop their home prices to meet the qualifications of buyers. It's the way it's going to work. I've heard it before, and I've said it here that the best cure for high prices is high prices. At some point, people can't afford it, and prices have to turn around and go the other way. Speaking of prices turning around and going the other way, let me pull up this other chart. This is my chart number 2. Would you take a look at this yellow line right here? That is the number of price reductions each week. That is huge. That's the most I've seen ever since I've started keeping statistics on this one. We are at over 1,200 price reductions this week. That is 350 since yesterday alone. So you think the market is going to shift or shifting? It's really pointing to a definite shift on what's going on. Look at the number of inactives, number of people deciding, hey, I don't want to sell a home. Now that's not that high. I mean, we can look back over here and it got a lot higher back in 21. So I don't know. This is the number I'm looking at right here. And you can see the overall chart. It does go up. You know, we had a lot of price reductions back in September of last year, and then it fell back off. But we're definitely seeing that number go up, up, up. So a lot of price reductions. So, all right, so let's talk about rates. Rates went from 5.3 last week all the way down to 5.25% this week. So a reduction of 0.05% of a point. Hey, every little bit helps, right? So that is the news for this week. I hope to see you guys here next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye.